Let's talk about Tiffany Cross and why exactly she was really fired at MSNBC. Bravo, NBC, all of you, you've got a major problem. Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, your number one source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Okay, this is not Kempire Sports, this is not CNN, but it might be KNN for a second. Or KNBC? No, I ain't working for those fools. No. So I've been watching and following this story about Tiffany Cross being abruptly fired and canceled over at MSNBC. And at first I was like, what happened here? And there have been a couple of stories that have come out since then. Why exactly was she fired so abruptly? Was it because she was spending all this money for hotels and expenses, when she was traveling and writing it off for work? Well, that was the latest story. And now another story just came out today, and hence why I'm doing this video, where they're saying that she said she was going to take MSNBC down because she got wind of them wanting to fire her. So I said, something's not making sense here, because you may recall when this happened, Tiffany posted her statement in regards to her thoughts on this happening right now. So Tiffany had a very popular show on MSNBC, all right? I stopped watching MSNBC a while ago, not because I didn't like MSNBC. It was just because I had been disconnected. Once we locked down, from the pandemic, I wasn't at the job listening to MSNBC, paying attention to all the things that were going on in the news, and I was really just away from it all. So in her statement, in her original statement, Tiffany said this. And I'm not going to read the entire statement, but she does say this. She said, "I'm disheartened to learn that MSNBC's decision to cancel the Cross connection at such a crucial time. You may recall, this is 4 days before the midterm elections. From the beginning, we were intentional about centering communities of color, elevating issues and voices often ignored by the mainstream media, and disrupting the echo chambers. As a result, viewers consistently made the Cross connection MSNBC's highest rated weekend show." And she goes on and talks more about, what the show did for MSNBC and for the culture. She ends it off by saying this: "Thank you to my community and fans for overwhelming advocacy and support. Thank you for the more than 4.6 million monthly viewers. And thank you to the team who work so hard each week. I will be forever grateful. See you soon." So as I said to you before, there have been other stories that have come out in regards to why exactly Tiffany may have been let go from MSNBC. And one of those things was that she was spending too much in expenses. Let's just talk about that. And as always, we cite our sources here on the channel. This is coming from our friends over at the Jasmine brand. According to insiders, the host, Tiffany Cross, traveled to Los Angeles and the Super Bowl during her 2 years at MSNBC while presenting them as official business trips. Cross also reportedly irritated coworkers by asking for more airtime, even though her show aired once a week. Despite her public assurance that her numbers were strong, Nielsen claims her show averaged between 704,000 and 465,000 viewers each week since June. Okay, but if you add But as I mentioned to you before, in Cross's statement, she said that it was the highest rated show on MSNBC on the weekends. But a lot of people also said maybe part of the reason why Tiffany Cross was removed from our TV screens was because of some of the things that she said that were controversial on MSNBC. And one of those things is that she would name some of her competitors in the market. So the Jasmine brand writes this. It says, "The anchor was intended to draw Black viewers to MSNBC. A source close to the network said that the company's executives became frustrated with Cross's tendency to criticize news hosts at other cable networks. Fox News' Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly of SiriusXM, whom Cross referred to as a blackface expert, and Bill Maher, who she referred to as an angry white old man. were among the people she had just public disputes with. But here's the thing. The Jasmine brand cites a video where a former MSNBC employee and now works for the Young Turks news channel talks about his experience.
The very first interview I said I was going to kick Fox News' ass and make them cry. Okay, they called me in. NBC officials, PR people called me in and said, don't do it. I'm like, wait, I thought they were our competition. Aren't we trying to get press and beat them? They're like, no. You don't know how scary they are. I swear to God, this is a real conversation. They said they have some of the, they have our anchors and our executives followed. I was like, that's horrifying. Shouldn't you report that? You're NBC News. Shouldn't you report that the other guys are lunatics that are having you followed? I don't know it. I didn't get followed, as far as I know.
Followed to what end?
To what you're telling me to be a coward, and that if I'm not a coward, I'll have trouble. And here she is. She was the most aggressive host on NBC, MSNBC by a long shot. Mehdi Hasan's a great host, okay? And so, Mehdi, watch yourself, okay? I don't want to put any ideas. But when I saw Tiffany Cross say these things that were true and aggressive on air, I was like, they're letting her say that. Maybe MSNBC's changed, right? Because there's new leadership, et cetera. They haven't changed at all.
They haven't changed at all. So hearing this made me kind of go, wait a minute. Let me just backtrack a little bit. So the whole issue of Tiffany Cross allegedly, part of the reason why they let her go, I wouldn't be surprised, and I'm almost 100% sure, allegedly, that story was put out there by MSNBC publicity, allegedly. I'm pretty sure. Because at the end of the day, who approved for her to have these luxurious trips and expenses? Someone had to sign off on it. So excuse me if I'm not like, oh, okay, MSNBC, because I was just talking about how Candy and the gang were canceled, but yet they kept on Andy Cohen's lowly rated show. I don't know how it always goes back to that, but here we are. But it's related. Bravo is owned by MSNBC. You're paying out this hefty salary for a show that doesn't even reap any sort of benefit for you. Okay? So when I heard that story, I was like, that sounds like they're just putting that out there. So I'm going to mention it. But the other part of the story that's coming out today that Jasmine Brand's reporting on is that allegedly Tiffany Cross had got wind that they were looking to get rid of her, and she allegedly said that she was going to take them all down. Let me get into that part of the story. So they write this. Tiffany apparently knew that she was being pushed out of MSNBC and she wasn't going down without a fight. The former host of the now canceled The Cross Connection reportedly became aware of the decision days before it was made. Allegedly, she was frantically calling other media professionals, journalists, and social activists a week before being fired in an effort to rally support because she wanted to bring down the cable network and its boss, Rashida Jones. No, not Quincy Jones' daughter. Rashida Jones is the MSNBC president, all right? Another black woman, all right? So according to The Insider, they said that she made calls saying, I'm going out in a blaze and I'm taking down the network and going after Rashida. Sources said that MSNBC executives and Rashida Jones were unaware of the calls until after Tiffany Cross was fired. It's unknown how she knew about the impending termination, but insiders theorize it may have happened while her agent was attempting to get his client a new contract. So guys, I'm in the middle of editing this video about Tiffany Cross, and then of course more information comes a part of the story. So I had to stop my editing and include this breaking news. So Tiffany Cross has hired a high-powered attorney, the same attorney that represented Gabrielle Union in her battle with NBC. So Page 6 is reporting this. MSNBC abruptly ousted the anchor earlier this month, and she's hired the same lawyer who raked in sister network NBC over the coals for its treatment of Gabrielle Union after her abrupt exit from America's Got Talent, and won a bumper payout for Chris Harrison in his dispute with ABC over The Bachelor. But it doesn't end there. We're told Cross suspects that the network head, Rashida Jones, has a personal beef with the former Cross Connection host, and that Cross worries there was something untoward going on behind the scenes. So she retained the power attorney, Brian Friedman, who also repped Megyn Kelly in her dispute with NBC. This situation is incredible because literally she may have been fired because of her attacks on people at Fox News and former people at Fox News. Whew. I'm here to believe what this man is saying on the Young Turks network. I believe that. I believe that because no matter how you feel about these competing networks, it's all a business. There's all associations. They're all people that are connected. And the Fox News Network, no matter how you feel about their news, is the #1 news source. That's the sound that goes off in my head every time I hear that. It's the #1 news source. So they wield power in this industry. And they apparently, allegedly, have people followed?
Can y'all believe this shit?
So it wouldn't shock me if Tiffany Cross is coming after some of their most popular people and maybe rallying the troops, and people are like, yes, yes, that they're like, okay, she's a problem. And I'm not going to even blame Rashida Jones. You know why? Because Rashida Jones also has a boss. And Rashida Jones's boss could have been like, that's a problem. Just saying. Or Rashida could be like, that's a problem, because she understands the culture of MSNBC and what they expect. But I don't know what they expected when they hired Tiffany Cross. Wasn't she this person when you first hired her? Isn't that part of the reason why you hired her? Or did you just hire her for the color of her skin?
What is the issue? What have I done to you?
Either way, I think Tiffany will have a home because this story is not going away. And they probably didn't think that KSPN or KNN or KNBC would be covering it. But here we are. Guys, I know you've probably been talking about this and you probably did not expect me to talk about it. Next, we will be covering political news. No, we won't. No. I like to keep it light and fun. But I saw this story and I've been following. There are plenty of stories that I don't talk about that I'm reading about, following. And then I saw this part and I said, wait a damn minute. I want to know your reaction to this news. Did you watch The Cross Connection on MSNBC? Do you miss it? What do you miss most about it? Do you believe any of what's been being put out there about why the show was canceled? Let's have that conversation in the comment section. And as always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Thanks for watching.